And what's up, YouTube? I'm back, Moneyline Sports. I'm gonna give y'all a prediction on today's game. Got the Cavaliers going to Detroit to play the Pistons. Pistons are currently on a 3-1 run in the playoffs, just beating out Orlando. Um, they're playing the Cavaliers, Detroit, and Pistons, and these are some vets, and I believe they're all looking for their first championship, so it's gonna be a good game. Stay tuned in. Use this information wisely. This is for entertainment purposes only. So just take note. I'm gonna give y'all the good news and the bad, the key points, and who I think should you take the money line on to win you some money. Here we go. So currently we got the Pistons. They got a -3 spread and a money line of -150. Now the prediction that I got here is for the Pistons to win 108 to 101. Now, I think the the odds is a little bit real tight. They're close in this game, of course. It's going to be a tight game because you got pure shooters going against a pure defensive team. So offense versus defense all the way. It's probably go down to the wire. The best bets, that the books are looking at are +3 spread for the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Pistons -3 spread. Um, for this shootout, for being the first game, I would probably take the under 215 and a half because probably be a lot of defense trying to be played here. You got some key players on each side of the ball. You got Cleveland Cavaliers with Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and Jared Allen. And then on Pistons, you got Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, and Tobias Harris. No injuries on either side. So they're going full strength up against each other. Now, here goes some key points on, how I feel about this game and who might win it or so key points. The momentum. Pistons had that edge. Detroit came back from a 3-1 down last round. Cleveland barely survived the game 7 against the Raptors. And Pistons are clearly entering hotter in this game, right? Defense versus the scoring. You got Pistons, you got elite defense. They're a top playoff defensive team as of right now. And the Cavs have offensive power with Mitchell and Harden, of course. They could lay them threes down at any point in the time of the game just to bring the game back and tie this thing up or take the lead. If the game slows down, it favors Detroit. If the games become a shootout, it favors Cleveland. Like I said, Mitchell and Harden all the way, two pure shooters. Turnovers is a critical edge. Cleveland had major turnover problems playing the Raptors. Pistons force turnovers and convert fast. So, if Cleveland's turning the ball over, Pistons have the talent to get the fast break points and come up real fast. This is one of the biggest betting angles to watch. Rebounding battle. Detroit strong on offensive boards. Jalen Duren. Cavs weak on the defensive glass. Extra possessions. Detroit advantage. Shooting variance. Cavs equal better shooters overall. Pistons equal defense first. Less efficient from the three. Like I said, Cavs get the better shooters. If Cavs get hot, it's an upset. Home versus road split. Pistons strong at home all the time. Cavs struggle badly on the road. So that's an advantage for Pistons. And we got some of the key players to watch. We got Donovan Mitchell for the Cavs, 28 points per game season later, struggle versus physical defenses, Toronto series, but they did win. James Harden, he's a playmaker, but turnover issues, major concern in game one. Jared Allen's an efficient scorer, but rebounding edge, questionable versus Detroit's bigs. And Detroit Pistons, we got Cade Cunningham averaging 32 points per game in the last series. He's an offensive high engine facilitator. He moves the ball around. He is the assist master for the Pistons. Jalen Duren dominates the offensive boards, double threat. So he will be grabbing boards with Jared Allen, who is also a beast at boards. And then you got Detroit's Pistons, Asur Thompson. He's the key defender on Mitchell and Harden. So that's the matchups you got. And let me take y'all back here for a minute. So key points. Number one, momentum goes to the Pistons. So I'm gonna give the Pistons a point here on the scorecards. Defensive versus scoring. Pistols have elite defense. Defense is better than the Cavaliers. I'm going to give them a point for that. The Cavs have the offensive power, so with Mitchell and Harden, so I'm going to give them a point for that. Turnovers. Cleveland had major turnover issues. Pistons forced turnovers, so I'm going to give the Pistons a point for that. Rebounding battle. Detroit has good boards. Jalen Duren, Cavs weak on defensive glass. Them extra possessions lead to a Detroit advantage. That one is kind of even because, but we're going to give it to the Pistons anyway. And I'm going to get a Cavs one too. Shooting variance. Cavs have the better shooters overall. Like I said, Pistons have defense better overall. If the Cavs get hot from the three, yeah, they'll probably win the game. Home versus road split. Pistons strong at home. Cavs struggle badly on the road. So I'm going to give the Pistons a point for that. Now, as the players to watch, you got James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, two elite scorers. So the offensive game is definitely, I would think the Cavs hold it down, but being that the Pistons are at home, I think they got the crowd advantage on their side, so that plays a big role. But the thing is, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden like to play, ISO, so they could take control of the game by themselves at any point in time. They don't need to call plays. Only thing they're looking for is a pick to, try to get in the lane and score real quick. So that's the only little bit of advantage that the Cavs have. But for this game, I got a 2 to 5 points. Cavs with 2, Pistons with 5. That's about 75%, All right, so, we got a 10 comparison chart here I'm going to give y'all for this game for the day. We'll take a look at the points. For Cleveland, they got 114 points in this playoff series. So they're leader over the points for Detroit, which only got 108 in this series. So you could look at that stat as a point to where Cleveland is playing a little bit more effort in the scoring, or they also have the better offense in scoring right now. Now, Cleveland is also giving up on defense 112 compared to 102 of Detroit. So Detroit is giving up only 102 points per game, and Cleveland's giving up 112. So that plays a factor in defense. Like I said, this game's going down to offense and defense all the way. Um, let's see, shooting. Now shooting, uh, 3 points made. That favors in Cleveland's favor. Um, 3-point attempts um, are also less for Detroit. So take that into factor. Free throw attempts is less for Cleveland Cavaliers. And let's go to rebounds. So currently rebounds is 16.8 with Cleveland. So like I said, they do have a good rebounding team. Defensive rebounds, Detroit has more as a 39.5. So, that's also a little plus right there. Now let's go to total rebounds. You got 51 for Cleveland and 56 for Detroit. So Detroit leads in total rebounds in this playoffs currently. Defense. Now, in this playoffs, we got a defensive Cleveland Cavalier team getting 8.5 steals compared to 8 steals of Detroit. Now blocks, you got 4.8 blocks for Cavs and 10 blocks for Detroit. Fouls, 21.9 for Cleveland and 23.9 for Detroit. So Cleveland's giving less fouls, and mind you, that's probably why they have a better scoring. They're scoring more points, as you can see. Now ball handling, drives are about even, and the pull-up field goals go to Cleveland. So they're, I guess, driving and pulling up a lot and getting a lot of more points. But that's just a little stats for y'all. But like I said, these are the playoff stats currently. But there you got it, just to give y'all the insights on my takes of this game. Like and subscribe so I can continue to give you this hot content. Moneyline Sports. I'm out. Catch y'all in the next one.